Alright, today I'm going to be showing you how to use the Saber effect and how to actually motion track it. Now, Saber's a free plugin. I'll leave the link in the description to the website to get it. I really do recommend that you use Saber. It's actually an extremely useful effect. It makes the text look a little bit more nice. You don't have to have boring normal text. You can have Saber instead. And it's free as well, which is a nice bonus. So just make sure you go to the link in the description for the text. It's free. Just go download it off of Video Copilot and then plug it into After Effects. As usual, I do want to mention that over 90% of the people who watch the videos aren't subscribed. So if you could subscribe, that would mean a lot. It really helps up the channel and it makes sure that you know when I'm uploading videos and lets you watch all of my videos. And I haven't said this in a while, but I'd actually really love it if you could go and follow my Twitch. I stream over there quite a bit and I'd really appreciate some support. So anyway, enjoy the video. Alright, so first things first, we're going to go and get a cinematic. I like to use Battle Lab because it's quite easy to sort of move around, find the guns you want and get the cinematics. So you're just going to hop in there. Now I think I'm going to just do something nice and simple. I'm just going to take sort of zoom out of this wall and I'm going to put the effect on it. I'm not going to have my character in it. If you want to put your character in it, obviously you can, but I'm not going to put him in it. So I'm just going to sit in the bush and then I'm just going to leave the game. And now we've got the scene set up for the cinematic, so we just need to go and record it. Alright, if you don't already know, to get to your cinematics, you need to click on Career, then Replays, and then you just need to let them load. It might take a while if you haven't already got them. But you do need to make sure you're recording cinematics though. If you're not recording cinematics, you won't have anything here. If you don't know how to do that, just come up over here to Settings, then go to the second tab, the little cogwheel, and then scroll all the way down to the bottom. And on Record Replays, Record Large Team Replays, and Record Creative Replays. I like to tick all of them. I mean, I don't ever use large team ones, but creative and normal, I always have on. So yeah, just make sure you turn the top and bottom one on here, and you should be able to record all the replays that you get. Alright, so yeah, go into Replays, and then click on the replay that you just took. You can save it if you want, if you're going to use it more than once, so just rename it. So I'm just going to say Saber. It might look like it's vanished, but if you scroll down, it'll be there. There it is, Saber. So if you play it, you can now go and find the spot that you want to get your replay from. So I'm going to follow my character down. I'm just going to skip towards the end because I know that's where I want to be. And then I'm going to come down here. So this is all of the options that you've got. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change third person to drone free. And then I'm going to use my arrow keys to move around and my mouse to look around. If you have a controller, it's roughly the same as just normal. Cinematics are easier to get with a controller, but I don't have one, so I'm using a keyboard and mouse. So if you don't have a controller, this is good for you. But if you do have a controller, then you can basically follow along, but with all the, obviously, controller binds that are roughly the same. Alright, so I'm just going to zoom out like this probably to get the cinematic. Now, what I want to do is I want to make sure that I have everything on Epic. So if you look at my effects, all of my graphics quality is all on Epic and 3D resolution's on 100%. Make sure Show FPS is off, otherwise there'll be a green FPS thing up here and that'll just look bad in the cinematic. What I also like to do is I like to click on this and I like to change the aperture to about 1, especially if I'm doing something like this. This just means that the background's going to be slightly more blurred than normal. And I also like to zoom in a bit so that it looks a bit more zoomed. Lower sort of FOV, lower focal length. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to decrease the speed of my drone by pressing the minus key just next to the backspace. And then my drone's moving really slow now, and I'm just going to line it up so it's roughly in the middle. And I'm just going to hold S, so I'm going backwards the whole time. Now you need to make sure you're recording when you do this, obviously. I'm going to be using Shadowplay to record it instead of this OBS recording because it's got my voice in that. So look, there you go, that's my cinematic, just me moving backwards, and then I'm going to put the Saber text on this wall right here. Alright, so now we're going to head into After Effects with the cinematic and I'll show you how to use it. Alright, so now we're in After Effects, we're just going to click on New Project, and now we have our all of our composition stuff here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my videos and I'm going to grab the... What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my videos and I'm just going to grab the thing real quick. And then I'm going to drag it in. So you just want to go to wherever you've saved it. I've saved mine in videos and in the Fortnite folder. So I'm just going to drag it in. Here we are, and then I've dragged it into here, and you want to drag it into this box here if you don't already know. Then double click on it and it will come up here, and you can move this slider along. You just want to find where you get to the cinematic, so right here. So as soon as I start moving, so where do I start moving? Right here. And I'm just going to put the pinhead there, and I'm going to come over to this little thing here, click on it, and then move a little bit further, and I'm going to go to here, and I'm going to click on it again. I'll just do a short one this time. And then you just want to drag your clip over here onto the timeline, and it will be cut to the size that you had it when you just did that. So this is what it looks like. So yeah, that's what we're looking like right now. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to track your clip. Okay, so to track your clip with the camera tracker, you just need to go to Effects and then search Camera Tracker. 3D Camera Tracker down here under Perspective, drag it on. And then click down Advanced on the left, and then turn on Detailed Analysis, and just let it analyze. And I'll be back when it's finished. Now you've got all of these sort of track points since you just did your camera tracker. And what you want to do is you just want to make sure you're on the layer and you're on the camera tracker. And you just want to click and then drag, and it will sort of make a shape. And you just want to get as many of the points in as you can on the plane that you want your text to be. So for example, I'm getting all the ones that are on the wall because I know that they're going to be facing the right way for my text. Then just sort of connect it up at the end, and it should make a little target. And if the target's facing the right way, then that's all good. Mine looks like it's facing the right way, so I'm just going to use that as my sort of base. So now what you want to do, you want to right click and click Create Text in Camera. And then you just want to change the text to whatever you want. So I'm going to make it Saber. And I'm just going to align it right where I want it to go. So I'm going to put it right in the middle of the barn. Right in the middle of the shed, just like this. And it should be completely motion tracked now. So here you go. I'll just turn off the track points so that you don't have to see them. So to do that, just come to the bottom clip and then click on Render Track Points and turn it off. Okay, so that's looking pretty good to me. Doesn't look like there's any sort of problems there. So now we're just going to change it to Saber text. So to do this, the first thing you want to do is you want to click on your text, and you just want to come up to Layer and then come down to Auto Trace, and then just click OK. And now the text is Auto Trace. Okay, so now you've got the Auto Trace on, you just want to change it to a 3D layer by clicking on the little thing below this cube. So just below the cube there'll be a box, and you just want to click on it, and that will make it cube. And now you just want to press P on Auto Trace and then P on the Saber, and you just want to copy the values from here into the values up here. Okay, so now you just want to add Saber, so search it in Effects and Presets, Saber, drag it onto the Auto Trace Saber clip, and then just come over to Render Settings, drop that down, change Composite Settings to Transparent, and then come to Customize Core, and change the core type to Layer Masks. Okay, so now you just want to make sure that it's all in the middle, so to do that you just want to click on the Auto Trace Saber and then drag the sides, maybe zoom in a bit, and then just drag this to make it larger. And try and fit it with the original Saber text, so just drag it over. You can actually turn off the original one like this, you don't need it anymore. Just fit it up. Okay, so now we just want to mess with the intensity up here. So what I like to do is I like to go to the presets and change it to neon. And then I like to change the color back to blue, I quite like the blue. And then just change the glow intensity back to 30. And I think this looks really nice. But now what I'm going to show you how to do is I'm going to show you how to animate it so it looks a little bit nicer, because now we have it motion tracked. I'll show you here. So now you can see that it sticks onto the wall. But what we want to do is I want to animate it so it's not too boring. So to do that, you just want to come to the end offset on the left, go to the start of the clip, and then keyframe it at 0, and then just press U on your Auto Trace clip, and just find where you get the end offset. It'll be at the bottom, and then just come over to roughly the middle of the clip, near the middle, and then change the end offset to 100. Then go a little bit further, keyframe it again at 100, and then go back to the end again and put it to 0. And then just hold shift and click on all the keyframes that you just placed, and then press F9 on your keyboard to easy ease them. And now just look at it again, and you have a nice little animation. So I'll show you what it looks like. So there you go, that is how to motion track Saber text, and I also showed you how to sort of animate it a little bit. There's obviously a few other things you can do, but they're not really like need to do things. You can sort of play around with the text, make it look like what you want. There's loads of different options, so I'll just show you a few of them. There's fuel, there's energy, like there's so many different presets that you can choose. I just prefer the sort of default one that I was using there, that's a little bit calmer, you know. But yeah, it's really up to you. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.